Hey guys, this is Kyle from Chaotic Geeky again, fresh out of Origins Game Fair. I checked out a little game with Calliope Games called Tsuro Phoenix Rising. If you guys are used to the normal Tsuro, you'll know that that's a great game of placing paths and trying to stay on the board as long as possible. Well, Tsuro Phoenix Rising has a very new twist to it, and I think you'll all enjoy. I'm going to actually push you over to the director of fun over at Calliope Games, Chris Leader, and he's going to explain the game to you guys.
So, vengeful gods stole the stars out of the night sky and plunged the world into darkness at night. So the people, in order to give themselves hope, would light these paper lanterns and they would send them up into the sky. And it would allow a little bit of light and it would feel good. Well, these wily phoenixes saw what the people were doing. They liked that. So they would playfully dart around and they would touch those lanterns, and every time they touched a lantern, it would explode and become a star and go up into the sky. And they relit the night sky. So in this game, you are playing as those phoenixes, darting around through the sky, trying to reach the lanterns and create a whole new constellation of 7 stars. So in this game, the way you win is by getting 7 stars.
So as you can see, it's already a little bit different than your standard Tsuro. You're not just trying to eliminate people from the board as much as you're trying to actually get these 7 stars to win the game. He actually goes a little bit further into this as well, to the point with sticking with the theme of phoenixes. You don't necessarily have to stay on the board, as you can always rise up.
Everybody gets one of these life tokens. The reason you get a life token is, unlike the regular Tsuro, if you leave the board in this game, you have one chance to come back on the board and you rise from your ashes and come back and try again.
Some phoenix action.
Leaving the board is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, sometimes it's good if you leave the board on an area that doesn't have a lot of lanterns, and then the next turn you come back on where there's lots of them, it can be really good.
So as you can see, there's already a big difference there in the fact that you get to come back onto the board. But one of the coolest things that I found about Tsuro is that, I'm just going to let him show you, but the tiles are different. Very different.
Along the edges of the tile. But in Tsuro Phoenix Rising, every tile can be flipped, and the sides that are on the other one go out the corners instead of just the edges. And there are some empty spots where there are dead ends. Okay? So now, what we're going to do in this game is, on your turn, you are going to extend the path in front of your Phoenix. If there is no tile there, you will have 2 tiles in your hand like you do now. You will pick one of them. You can use either side and rotate them, place it in front of your Phoenix, and then follow the path. And you might even be able to go right into the middle and start moving around in the middle.
So Tsuro Phoenix Rising isn't out yet, which is kind of the biggest bummer about this review. But it should be out by the end of the year, and from what I can tell, it's going to take a great game in Tsuro and make it that much better by adding more mechanics. I highly suggest checking it out. If you get a chance to go to a convention and play a demo of it, I'd really suggest that as well. It's going to be great. Calliope Games doesn't really make games that aren't good, and I realize it's a biased opinion because I really like everything they make. But really, guys, Tsuro Phoenix Rising is going to be a big game, probably the biggest game of the year from Calliope, and I would highly suggest checking it out when it releases. Anyway, if you're liking these YouTube videos, go ahead and hit subscribe down at the bottom and click like. And then, check us out for more reviews. Trying to get these in here maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. I got plenty to come up with more of my stuff from Origins. Anyway, until next time, keep playing games and have a good one.